GTA Online is basically broken. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever loaded into a session of GTA, expecting to have some nice simple fun with the lads, to get killed by a griefer abusing a godmode glitch that should have been patched months ago? Yes. Yes, you have. Of course, GTA Online at this point is a broken pile of poorly taped together trash, with a couple of rats that have made their nest inside. There are a lot of issues that contribute to this, of course, like the many godmode glitches that allow players to attack others and grief without any fear of dying themselves, or the rampant modder issues where hackers can locate your very location down to the sweaty chair you're sitting in. Or perhaps it's the overpowered vehicles and items that allow the most degenerate of gamers to get an epic 1-0 when you're just trying to play some golf with the lads. Stop, just stop. Can't you see I'm playing golf with the lads, bro? Oh my god, just leave me alone, please, just leave. Now, you may think that GTA Online will be a monumental task to fix, and yeah, it probably will be actually, but I think that a few but significant changes could drastically improve the game. I think some relatively small tweaks could actually make up for 80% of the game's current issues, and you'll actually be surprised by how easy it could be to improve GTA, at least to the point where it's a lot more fun to play, if not fix it completely. You see, Rockstar are a very lazy company, so if you give them the bare minimum to do, maybe, just maybe, they'll end up fixing the game. Let's go. Firstly, the biggest issue in this game has to be the modders. Of course, if you're on console, this might not be an issue for you and you may not care, but believe me, you'll definitely want this issue sorted if modders do end up becoming an issue on your platform. Remember, GTA Online is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X, and the last time Rockstar launched GTA for a next-gen platform, modders kind of swooped into the older generation and began tearing the place up. Modders right now are basically gods in GTA Online, and not the good kind. You see, modders can pretty much do anything they want. They can kill you from anywhere on the map, blow up your cargo at the push of a button. They can spawn hundreds of cargo planes to lag you out of the session and destroy your FPS, making playing the game impossible. They can join your session at any time they want, even if they're not on your friends list. They can even boot you from your sessions and crash you from your game. And worst of all, they have instant access to your IP address and location. There are multiple content creators who can't stream on their preferred platform of PC without getting their games crashed or DDoSed, or otherwise being interrupted by modders looking to ruin their streams. Thanks to FiveM, GTA Online is consistently one of the most streamed games on Twitch, so the desire to stream and watch GTA on PC is there, but sadly Rockstar haven't fixed this issue as of yet. Now pair this with everything I said above and add an obsession to target content creators, and you've got a serious problem for people who just want to make content for, and indirectly promote the game.
Wait, do I have an air conditioner on? What the? Why am I a microwave?
Without this issue being fixed, thousands and thousands of potential hours of great content could be made. Yet, until then, we must stream on PS4 and Xbox at 30 FPS, and use a clunky controller instead of my perfect mouse and keyboard. This is so sad. All of this is not very cash money. What is cash money, however, is Rockstar Games themselves. You know, in the fact that they've earned over $1 billion, with a B, from GTA 5 alone. Now, if you check Rockstar job listings, you can see that they're actually trying to hire some people in positions to potentially tackle this very issue, which to that I'll say, better 8 years late than never. Rockstar have also paused suing fan-made projects and mods, and have sued modders from releasing and selling mod menus in the past too. So even if a new anti-cheat may not entirely fix the issue, they could potentially go that route too. Fundamentally though, GTA Online, at least on PC, can never be considered fixed until they fix the modder issue. This, in my opinion, is the priority. For now, just use your VPN whenever you log onto GTA Online, and pray that you don't run into any modders. Now, the next issue, overpowered vehicles and items. Regarding this, I think it's actually a lot simpler than you may first think. Whilst there are lots of many issues that Rockstar could do, of course, and they need to address, I think with a few tweaks to the biggest areas that cause the most issues, could actually solve the majority of problems and fix so much, despite the tweaks being so minor. First and foremost, remove the orbital cannon in free mode. It does nothing but ruin PvP and PvE related activities in free mode. There is absolutely no benefit to this thing, unless you want to get an epic 1-0 on your target. Perhaps Rockstar could place a wet floor sign outside the orbital cannon room to stop people from going in there, since, as we all know, walking on a wet floor is very dangerous and you could slip. those that use the orbital cannon have very few brain cells as it is. They can't risk slipping and cracking their head against the floor, and losing the precious little force power they have left. Secondly, the Mark II. Now, I don't actually think the Mark II is that big of an issue, at least compared to how some people make it out to be, especially with the new introduction to Armani Tech vehicles and the lock-on jammer. However, I think a few tweaks still do need to be made. I think removing countermeasures is a no-brainer, since ground targets can potentially get easier kills with the homing missile. I think a vehicle with high mobility shouldn't have countermeasures in the first place, since, of course, there's more chance for you to dodge the missile anyway. But I think keeping the missiles as they are will be fine, given they can now be fairly easily countered with the lock-on jammer, and they can keep their utility for those that want to grind using the Mark II as well. With these changes, the Mark II moves from being cancerous to simply powerful, with some strong counters you can use to beat them, which is a whole lot better if I do say so myself. Not to mention, the other vehicles that have been in the shadow of the Mark II for so long may finally get their time to shine too. Beyond this, another change I think that should be implemented. I think ammo shouldn't be permitted to be bought from the interaction menu. Now, this may be a controversial change for some people, but hear me out. Weapons such as the minigun, RPG, homing and grenade launcher and such are specifically labelled special weapons. If you can use them whenever you want, if you can use them as your primary weapon, if you can use these weapons all the time, they're not very special, are they? The thing is, this change will make you engage with PvP in a more tactical and engaging way, and increase the skill ceiling overall. Where you may spam your RPG before, since you know you can quickly just buy ammo whenever you want, you may now save your ammo for a more suitable moment. Perhaps someone is camping on a roof and you can take him out with a rocket. Or maybe you just want to save your rockets for in case a car comes at you and you need to take it out. These are the new decisions you'll have to make with this change, and that can only make PvP more fun. Similar to power weapons in Halo, the special weapons should be limited in use, but powerful in effectiveness when you do choose to end up using them. Just imagine if you had a rocket launcher in Halo as soon as you spawned in with infinite ammo. It'd completely ruin the balance and make the majority of the other guns useless, and that's what's happening with GTA right now. Also, I think it would be pretty cool to have ammunition actually be useful, since of course you'd need to go back there to refill your ammo. That would be pretty neat, if I do say so myself. A huge part of balancing is also removing godmode glitches from the game. Right now, there is no effective counter to people using these glitches other than just leaving the lobby and hoping they don't follow you into your new session.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Once again, Rockstar are a multi-billion-dollar studio, and they could very easily allocate some resources to tackling this. Hell, a huge part in doing this is banning the users creating the player-made jobs that enable godmode to be used in the first place. And no, I'm not telling you how to use them or where to find them. Go sniff a fart. Literally, if enough random people are able to find these jobs and use them, the developers of the game itself could very easily find them and ban the people creating or using these jobs very easily. Lastly, the thing I think could help GTA out massively is enabling players to have full access to high setups, jobs, cargo cells and other such things restricted in invite-only sessions to, of course, be accessed in these types of lobbies. Of course, not everyone wants to engage in PvP, that's perfectly fine. And if you're just looking to play one section of the game's content, you shouldn't be forced to partake in another if you don't want to. Just think you, as a griefer or a PvP player, were forced to grind. It wouldn't be very fun, would it? Realistically, the majority of PvP players just want to fight other PvP players. Griefers, of course, want to grief regular players and grinders, but most PvP players just want to have a fun fight. With this change, PvP players will be able to fight in regular lobbies, whilst non-PvP players can do whatever they want in a more fun environment. This change makes the game better and basically helps everyone. And as a bonus, harms the griefers. It's literally a win-win. With all that being said, I think there are a lot of issues that need to be addressed, of course. But with these key changes, I think the game will be drastically improved with minimal effort from Rockstar's part. This is all it would take to make the game so much better. And as we all know, Rockstar are an incredibly lazy company. If we could get them to make any changes at all, if they had to change something, I just want them to change what I've said here. It's literally minimal effort on Rockstar's behalf for a massive positive impact on the game. This is literally all it would take to fix the game, at least in a major way. Okay, goodbye.